published in the Annals of Internal Medicine. It did not contradict growing evidence that masks can prevent transmission of the virus from the wearer to others, but the conclusion is at odds with the view that masks also protect the wearers, a position endorsed just last week by the CDC. Critics were quick to note the study's limitations. You can see how the New York Times is desperately trying to spin away from this study. It is the only mass study done in real-world conditions, and they're trying to spin away from the conclusions. Critics were quick to note the study's limitations. Among them, the design depended heavily on participants reporting their own test results and behavior at a time when both mask wearing and infection were rare in Denmark. So in other words, we're not going to trust the study because some people may have lied about how often they were wearing masks. What do you think happens in real life? You think people always tell the truth? Or you think, what do you think is more likely to be an accurate study of human behavior? An actual study of human behavior? Or you take a mask in a lab and then you fire aerosol spray at it? Dr. Anthony Fauci of the NIAID advocates a national mask mandate, as now does Joe Biden. From early April to early June, researchers at the University of Copenhagen recruited 6,000 participants who'd been tested beforehand to make sure they didn't have COVID. Half were given surgical masks and told to wear them when leaving their homes. Others were told not to wear masks in public. About 4,800 participants completed the study. The researchers had hoped that masks would cut the infection rate by half among wearers. Instead, 42 people in the masking group, about 1.8%, got infected, compared with 53 in the unmasked group, or about 2.1%. That difference is not statistically significant. Dr. Mette Kallegaard, a professor of medical decision-making at University of Oslo, says the study showed, although there might be a symbolic effect, the effect of wearing a mask does not substantially reduce risk for wearers. Okay, that is obviously a problematic outcome for people who are insisting that you have to wear a mask to protect yourself. Again, you want to say you have to wear a mask in close quarters to protect other people, that's okay. But let's not overestimate what it is that masks do, especially because, again, we're seeing spikes nearly everywhere. And there's this baseline assumption by people on the left that fulfill their sort of quasi-paganistic mandates to do X, Y, or Z, you won't get COVID. And that just isn't true. I know a lot of people who mask up regularly, and many of them have gotten COVID. Okay, that is it. COVID is easy to obtain, and it doesn't take but one moment of you removing your mask or of you breathing in through a mask in an area that has already been contaminated to put you in a bad position. So try to stay outdoors if you can. Okay, so this does bring up a bigger question. Why is it that so many members of the left are talking about, these sorts of things while not even following the rules themselves? Right? We now know that in California, a state that is mandating mask wearing nearly everywhere, right? Really everywhere. We now know that not only did Gavin Newsom, the governor, go to an opulent birthday dinner at the French Laundry restaurant, he was joined by officials from the California Medical Association. So let me ask you this. Do you think that the officials at the California Medical Association, do you think those people were there because they thought it was wildly unsafe? Or do you think they were using the sort of differential risk assessment they deny to you? You're too stupid to determine when you can be in contact with other people. You're too stupid to determine whether you can have a Thanksgiving family dinner with a bunch of people under 30. You are too stupid to actually determine the course of your own life. The folks at the California Medical Association will tell you when you can and cannot meet with people and get together and go to work, but they themselves will go to a restaurant and eat in close proximity indoors with Gavin Newsom.